Hello, welcome to the True Mark. We're going to talk about life without God. I could go back since being a child. Parents used to, say, go to church and didn't know why really. So, but I did because it was Sunday school, meeting other kids that you didn't get to see growing up. Because I came in from a family like really poor. So I guess just living, wasn't a really wealthy family by all means, but we still got our food every day and got to live. And but I was introduced to church at a young age, but not for really the right reasons. I'm not sure. I can't remember that far, but I just remember going to Sunday school and stuff, and then growing up as a teenager, partying all the time, connecting with your friends, and fell into addiction, like from drugs to booze. And I drank for years. I'd go on a drunk for 6 years, and I mean every day, drink every day, every day, every day. And there is times, I guess being as a child, I'd seen a Bible. I wasn't really much of a reader because I didn't go to school. I failed school at a young age, and still growing up, partying all the time. Go on so many drunks, and then all of a sudden, you get really sick. I don't know, maybe just too much drinking.
Mhm.
And then you turn to the Bible. I'd lock myself in a room and I'd read, pray, and ask for even for colored dreams. If I see a colored dream, I know you're real. I know you're real. And here I'm seeing it. And then you see pictures of color, and it still never clicked in that like that it was real or anything. So I lived without God for a long, long time, and but he kept on nudging me even at a young age, and even in my party days. And like I said, when I was got overloaded with, I don't know, just too much booze, too much drugs, and then I'd sit down and try to read and then pray like crazy, and he kept on coming into my life here and there, like a little bit more, and I guess it was the timing to connect. But I lived without God for a long, long time, and it's not, I lived life like a normal person.
Mhm.
Like I worked, I had a job, I created my own jobs, and I kept on doing it day to day, like living life, but without God, you
Oh yeah.
know. And it's a lonely road. It was a
Yeah, it
very
is.
lonely road and a scary road at that. Because I used to be so scared of dying, And then I remember one time, like, I had a real good connection with God. And then I was driving in a real winter day, and it was really icy out, and it didn't matter. Like, if I would have got killed then, I wasn't scared.
Because you had your beliefs, yeah.
Yeah,
Without God, you feel like completely alone. But at least, like when you're believing in like Him, you have that connection. You don't feel as alone on a day-to-day basis because
yeah,
you know
because
He's there for you.
yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
then you have something more to look forward to, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that long trail without God. But there's always a little miss because there's always a whisper about God and Jesus. And
I've noticed He's like always been there too. Like He's maybe like the fact that you like went to like church as a kid that helped like keep that connection still there in a
it
way.
was
But
that seed, and then that's
yeah,
that water, that seed from that time, from way back then. it got a little sprinkle of water, and then growth come from there, and it still was a long road, long road, and even to this day, it's still a windy road, but I mean, it's a lot clearer.
Mm-hmm.
And a life without God, like I was saying, it was a real hollow, empty feeling. Because
Yeah.
now I feel like I'm spiritually fed, spiritually energy, and the outer powers is there, and I get to pick better choices. Before, without God, I had weaker choices.
Exactly.
You know,
Because you were never using your spirit to like make those choices. You were trying to use your mind, but your mind can only go so far. Like, can only think of like worldly things.
yeah, because we're at a smaller level, I guess. Like I mean, it's like a child of God, right? But once you get learning more, researching more, you're growing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe world is a learning field or a battlefield,
Yeah.
you know, of God and no God. You know, it's on both. But I mean, deep down, we all have a seed planted in us, and it's either from somebody whispering, you know, God into your ear, or you've seen it in school. And there's even non-believers that really don't believe because that's what they were triggered. But I mean, God was still planted in them as well.
That's the thing. God's always gonna be there for you, even if you don't like acknowledge Him. He's gonna be there to help you do things.
Well, that seed's still planted in every one of us. You know, all of us. You know, like it's when it's that trigger of a watering. Is it when you really have a bad experience?
Lots of the time, but that's what shows you that He really is like a savior. He's there to help you when you're help you during everything, but like He'll always be there to pick you up off your feet if you're having a hard time getting up.
But the majority of us is take things for granted, and I don't know, like it's a lonely road, and even to this day, like I mean, we don't know when the end's gonna happen, so you always got that in the back of your mind, or thinking what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's still lonely if you don't really connect to something. And life is a scary place at times. So
And God helps bring you hope that like good things like in the end good things will happen. Like everyone's always worried about the world ending and like this disaster and stuff, but like if you really have that belief, you know that He's there to like save you and like help you.
yeah, when you fall, get back up, right? And that meaning of ending, is it a new beginning of life? You know, it's our old world within us that when we didn't have God with us, and then now we have a little seed with us and being watered every day or every other day.
Yeah.
You know, maybe once a week. You know, it all depends on each individual and what kind of life you've been living. A rich person is still lonely out there. They don't have, just because they've got lots and lots of money doesn't mean they're happy.
Money's only like a temporary fill to that void.
Yeah, so like I mean, so when you get that little seed in there, that when you were that little boy or little girl, you know, and you're made that wish is still maybe right in front of you.
Exactly.
Right, because I mean, wishes all come true. Like I look at the world now, everybody's wishes out there. That's why the world's built the way it is. It was always somebody's wish.
Oh yeah.
You know.
No, that's true.
Everybody, and just because you wished and God gave you that, granted that wish, maybe it was just not that right wish, because the biggest thing is you weren't in the right mind, you weren't in the right spirit, and you made that wish. How do you give that wish back? That's why the world is the way it is. It's built on wishes. It's built on dreams. So
Mhm.
the way we're living this world is somebody's wish. So living without God, like again, but if you don't know God and you don't know, but I mean, everybody in the world,
Has an idea of him, I think.
well, yes, because everybody, because I mean, everybody had a choice to reject him, say, I'm not going with God. I don't believe in God, you know, and they have their rights. You know, you can't force anything on them. But I mean, when you're down, when you're, you know, if you're drinking, if you get sick, then you wonder, you know, you turn to God and you're asking, is there such a thing as God?
Yeah, that happens most of the time.
Yeah, because I mean, God gets you to get sick, you know,
Yeah,
because He
he's
wants
strong.
to really connect to you,
Mm-hmm.
or He in that field, and that's maybe that part of that seed being watered. You have to get sick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to really hit bottom. When you hit bottom and you're trying to swim back up, you know, that's God reaching out to you.
Mm-hmm.
He's nudging you. And so there's a lot of people out there that are longing for things. But what are you longing for? I've been there. I was longing for things, but I mean, that seed was the number one thing is to get watered up. And
Mm-hmm.
once it's watering up, your longing is being fulfilled. It's growing
Mm-hmm.
within you. And so, yeah, life without God was, you know, to me, was a real lonely, lonely road. And I'm really grateful to now where I'm at, but I'm still growing. I'm still being watered, and I'm really grateful to it. But I had to live that longing,
Mm-hmm.
you
Me
know.
too, yeah.
But yeah, but everybody out there, there is a seed in every individual. It's the timing to being watered.
Mm-hmm.
So, till next time.